the time, I don't know much about. Maybe around 9 o'clock in the US.
はいはい。
What time it's gonna?
インドラニルさん、can you speak?
Yes, it is 5 p.m.
What time is your place?
It's 5 p.m. Master.
Oh, 6:30. Awesome. What about the Yamaoka sensei? 9 o'clock.
Yes, 9, いや、8 p.m. 8 p.m. です。night。8 p.m. night。はい。
So.
3 hours difference か。はい。
Good evening, Honen-san. How are you? Yeah, you are always fine. Nothing fine is a fine. Fine is a nothing fine. So today's the item. Today's text is number 15. Number 15. So, エキョさん、はい。で、muchas noches,エキョさん。はい。So, what we just thinking about the mind, let me say how. See, this is just the creation of what you're thinking about mind is just creation of the thinking or thought. That is not the mind or heart. What the Shakyamuni Buddha or patriarchs just mentioned or taught. See, as I just mentioned about what we just thinking about the mind is just the mind. Separated between these things and this thing. What just people thinking about the mind? This type of the mind. This is not true. This is just the creation or imagination of thinking also. Well, you may say delusion or illusion. That is exactly what the Shakyamuni Buddha just mentioned about the mind or heart. So, if you just want to just realize who you were or what the truth is, you have to just understand what the mind of what Shakyamuni Buddha mentioned about or taught, even in a concept. Otherwise, you just go into the wrong way. See, once you just if you just wanna just realize your truth, I would like to just want to ask you to just understand what the Shakyamuni Buddha mentioned about the mind or heart. You see, this mind or heart is totally different from what we just thinking about the mind or heart. Totally different. You see, this what Shakyamuni Buddha or the patriarchs mentioned about mind or heart. See, this heart we should we should or we should just understand even in the mind. Otherwise, as I said, you just go into a wrong way. See? Then that's the reason the Jinen just mentioned about the definition of the mind. although we don't need to define what the mind or the heart is, because even just you just try to understand what's the mind or the heart. That is after the recognition. That is not the truth. But as I just mentioned, if you just want to just realize who you or what the truth is, so even in a concept, see, once you just recognize or understand what the mind and heart is, this is quite much necessary. Then once you just understand what it is, then you just forget about it. It's not necessary to just hold it or just keep it in your mind. You just forget it. Okay, that's enough. So how are they again? It's just they mention about the definition of the mind is. Excuse me. To define to define what is mind yourself is not righteous. See, what he says is as long as you just try to just understand what's the mind or heart is still within a thinking or thought. That's kind of a mind or thought is not a true. That's not a true. This is entirely different from the mind, entirely different from what the Shakyamuni Buddha just realized, the mind and heart. See, entirely different. Because what Shakyamuni Buddha just realized, the mind or heart is exactly the same as it is. See, what the people just thinking about the mind and the heart is there is a certain separation between this one and this. You see, certain separation. You see, extremely different from this one and this one. See, that's much different. To define, to define what is mind yourself is not righteous. Don't you think that? Don't you think that the function which can be thought in yourself is a mind? See, what you're thinking about the mind in your concept. This is not a truth. That's as I mentioned, this is a delusion or illusion. That's a creation or imagination of your thinking or thought. That is not a truth. It is a definition you made about mind. That's a definition of your thinking and your thinking or thought. This is not that's not that is not a true. That is not the things what the Shakyamuni Buddha just realize as a mind or heart. So discrepancy discrepancy will arise if you don't understand the definition that's enlightened patriarchs as well as the Buddha say about mind. See, as I just mentioned about what the Shakyamuni Buddha realized as a mind or heart entirely different from what we are thinking about the mind or the heart. See, entirely different because see what what Shakyamuni was realized the mind or the heart is no separation, no separation, no discretion. See, exactly same as it is. This is the true mind, true ourselves. But as long as what people thinking about the mind or heart is, there is a separation between this one and this one. See, this is not a true mind of the heart. You see, when you just face this one, you just become this one. This is a true mind or heart. This is true ourselves. Right. The same word, mind is said. Although that the people say that this is our mind, our heart, or whatever. The Shakyamuni Buddha or the patriarchs say that the mind or the heart. See, exactly same word, but entirely different. So this discrepancy, see, at first we have to just understand what the difference. You see, entirely different. See, as I just mentioned, that what people just say are what people just say or understand the mind and the heart, and what the Shakyamuni Buddha or patriarchs just say the realize the mind and the heart are entirely different. That much difference is, as I just mentioned, when you face this, no separation at all. This is a true mind and heart. This true and this mind and heart, the Shakyamuni Buddha just realized. But what do the people just the thinking of mind or heart or says the mind and heart is when we just face this and this and this and is divided. Then people say that that kind of the separation, that kind of heart separates between this and this. People think about mind and heart, entirely different. The same, although same word, but completely different. The same word, mind is said. You cannot reach the common understanding because entirely different. What people say and what the patriarch or Shakyamuni say, entirely different. So we cannot just reach the common understanding, mutual understanding. The mindset by patriarchs is that if you went to the Buddha hall or Buddha hall, become as you went. If you face to a pillar as you face, if you hear the chanting as your heart, you become exactly as such. See, that's as I just mentioned. When you face this, you just become dead. See, when I clap my hand, you just become this sound itself. This is a true. Oh, Hone-san, merci beaucoup. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias. So, why we have to just become this? See, without doing anything, we simply just become this. See, this is true mind or heart. This is what as Shakyamuni Buddha just realized, and this is the things Shakyamuni Buddha just mentioned about the mind, as a mind or heart. So this mind or heart, or this mind, we have to just realize what it is. See this one. This is true ourselves too. This is true ourselves. So when you just face this, you just become there. See, whatever you just face, you just completely you just become the things you face. You see, without doing anything, without this. So there is a nobody interview the inserting this the activity also. What you thinking about the person or man? Never just the intervene or insult this the movement. So in other words, what you think about the self never exists. Never exists. This just prove you who you are. This right now though. Yes. It is named mine. It is named mine. Is this your translation? Vanessa. Thank you so much. No, I don't know. It is named mine. Nothing exists to the exclusion of the oneself. Nothing exists. What you are thinking about yourself. See, only, but even just I say that even no one that exists, but still within thinking though. See, what the truth is. What the truth is, we never be able to. We never be able to be aware of. We never be able to be aware of what we are doing, where we are, who we are. This is our truth, true self. So then you just recognize the things, what we are doing or whatever, where we are. Then, what we have done or what we are doing or where we are. That's the later. That's the later. You just recognize it and then recognize what you are doing or where we are. But that's later. That is just that things just come up in your mind is later. You see, that is not true. The thing is, we never be aware of what we are just doing, who we are, where we are. This is our truth. This is our truth. If you know much about what you're doing, that's a delusion or illusion. It is named the mind. Nothing exists to the exclusion of oneself. All is one's activity, and there is no activity of others at all. See, the thing is, so that we never be able to aware of anything, what we are doing or where we are, so that no one exists. We never be able to aware of it. So you never be able to say if the self or the other. See, because we never be aware of what's going on. That is our truth. All is one's activity, and there is no activity of others at all. Buddha called all the activity as mind. See, only those activity or the function. See, without what we are thinking of ourselves, without what we are thinking of ourselves, just activity, acting or activity, or yes, that's only that things. But only that even those things just come out after recognition. Before recognition, you never be able to aware of what's going on. You see, then you just recognize that the things just going on. Then, oh, I have done like this. I'm doing like this. Oh, I'm here. Or that's later. Those things just come out later. Before recognition, you never be able to aware of what's going on. This is our truth. Where is it? Ah, yes. When when a lily is in bloom, you have the scent of the lily. Scent of lily. This is. Oh, wait a minute. So when you face this, as I just mentioned, when you face this, you simply just become this. This is Dharma. This is our true self. You see, simply you just become this. See, and you just become when you just face this, you just become this without doing anything. And then the things you just face to before it's completely disappear. But the things, you see, it's a kind of function of memory. Function. People just, still just something left here, but nothing left. That's function. That's the function of memory. It's just, you just memorize these things and then face this one. But the function of memory still just something left here. Regard something left here, but that is not true. Completely disappeared. Then you just become this. You just become this. So nothing left. Nothing left at all. See, just like when you just watch the TV. When you watch the TV, so many things just come out on the screen. On the screen. Oh, you just record, oh, this one. Then when you switch off, nothing left at all. Nothing left at all. Just the things come out. The things like a shape, figure, or color just come out on the screen. Then when you just switch off, nothing left at all. This is truth. That is our truth. This movement, this action, we are just doing right. Nothing. When a lily is in bloom, you have the scent of a lily. It is a Dharma.
Yeah.
It is a rule, and the Dharma is the same. That's the explanation or expression is different. But Dharma is a rule. So what kind of rule is when you just face, you have to just, when you just face this, you have to just become this. This is the rule, Dharma rule. You see, without doing anything.
Dharma rule.
Although you just try to change the things that what's happened right, what's come out right here, right now, but you never be able to do it. This is a rule. This is a Dharma rule. You have to become this. When you face this, you just become this. Then when you face this, you just face this, you just become this. So there is nobody what thinking about ourselves. Nobody exists. What we just think about ourselves. Right. So it is a working that it becomes such beyond human thought. See? Our activity or action is nothing concerned with our thinking or thought. See what the people thinking about, because we just think about what we have to do, what we should do, then we can act. This is a complete misunderstanding. This is a delusional. You see what our action activities is what the Zen Master Dogen mentioned about universal, complete and universal. So
complete universal.
Thank you so much. Complete.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Who says so? Hone-san saying so. Okay. So, see, our activity or action is nothing concerned with our thinking also. This is very important thing, see, for human beings, because we are totally misunderstanding. As I just mentioned, what people thinking about is because we think of what we have to do, what we want to do, what we should do, then we can just act. This is totally misunderstanding. See, these things just happen in your mind. See, only in your mind, nothing concerned with what we are just doing right now. See, what we are doing is a universal activity and the activity and the action. Nothing concerned with the thinking of so much. This is very important things. Okay. You want to know the truth. You think you think there might be the other real state. Craving does not stop. So as far as thinking also, see, you just want to know what the truth is. What truth is who you are. Although Shakyamuni Buddha doesn't deny it, but as long as you have this kind of the craving, kind of demand, see, you never be able to just realize who you are, what's truth. Once, if you just want to realize who you are, what truth is, this kind of thing, this kind of demand or the craving would be necessary. But then, what the Harada Seki, Seki Roshi mentioned, but you just grind, you just grind this kind of craving or demand with this craving and demand. See, this is Zazen. See, if just this kind of demand or craving just left, forever, you never be able to, you never be able to just realize who you are, what the truth. Just forget about even this kind of a demand or crave. It's not necessary. See, because if even you just try to just know much about what it is, what the truth is, who you are, but without that kind of demand or craving, you just simply just become when you face. See, you just became. This is the truth. See, always you're doing. You can do it. See, so without this kind of the demand or the desire or the craving, you simply just become this. You simply just become this when you face this. This is the truth. This is the truth. So if you just want to just realize this truth, see, you just throw away your thinking or thought as this is enough. Then you'll be. Then the more you just go then of as there, the more you just become this. This is Zazen. This Zazen. See, Shakyamuni Buddha recommend you to do. See, this Zazen. See, although it's easy to say, but very hard to do it. Very hard to do. But you can do it because see, when you face this, you see, you just become this. See, these things just prove you the same. You've already be a kind of person you wanna be with a practice. So you wanna be a person. You've already person. See what the Shakyamuni Buddha just realized. What the patriarchs just realized. Then you've already be a person, so you don't need to worry about. But simply just thinking also just thrown away. Only just this thinking also just become a hazard to realize who you were thinking. Because you see how the thinking or thought is the entire separation between this and this. See, once you recognize this, then you see, then you just recognize all the same times you recognize this. Otherwise, you just recognize this one. See, because as long as you just recognize things, there are two things. The things are the things are being recognized, and a person who just recognized. Otherwise, you cannot recognize this. See, so that once you just recognize this, then you just at the same time or the same time you just recognize this. Then you can just recognize this. But this is not a truth. See, this is not a truth. See, before you recognize this, there is no one exists. See, no one or nothing exists. This and this exactly same. Exactly, no separation at all. No separation at all. Then you just recognize this. Then you at the same, at the almost same time you recognize this. Then you just recognize this. Before you recognize this one, what you thinking about yourself, it never exists. See, this is things. This is the most important things for us or for human being to realize, because completely we are just deceived by our thinking ourselves. Then we just recognize that one and this one separately. But before recognition, this one never exists. See? So that we don't need to worry about what we just think about question, trouble, problem, suffering, whatever, because nothing exists in all. And you want to know the truth. You think there might be the other real state. Craving does not stop. The flame of a craving ceases once your thinking or thoughts just ceased. It is an enlightenment. It is an enlightenment. Just this. But it is, as I just mentioned about it, it's easy to say, but it's very hard to do, because what the people just want to do is people just want to do to be as what we are thinking of. See, that's much we are just sticking at the thinking or so, or cling. We are just clinging the thinking or so. Very hard. So it's very difficult to do it. So Gendoshi always just mentioned that even it is very hard to do it, but even just you're just crying and then you just do it, pre-do it. That much this is the variable things, because exactly yourself, exactly yourself. But you don't know much about who you are. Sorry to say, entirely different. What your true self is entirely different from what you're thinking of. Yeah, that's the reason we have to do it. So what you have to do is zazen. Zazen. What zazen is? Whenever you sit, the thought come up. Whatever thoughts come up in your mind, just throw them away as they let's go them as they are. This is enough. This doesn't. If you just completely do it, and you be able, you finish it or finish it up, then you'll be able to realize who you are. When you face this, you just become this. This thing just prove you who you are right now. See, anything, everything will be just disappear. But only these things left. These things left. Because your truth. These things are your truth, not this one. What you're thinking about the body. But this body is not a body, but this is a Dharma body. This body is not what you're thinking about, the self or yourself. Entirely different. So the things is the eventual finally the things just only left is right now, right here. So these are the realization. This realization we have to just realize. This is enlightenment. Right. That's the reason Shakyamuni Buddha just recommend us to do. Right. Any question? Okay. If you, as I just many times mentioned about, see, this is a very, very sensitive, because the thinking also just the working or moving so quickly, so meaning, so that the people just deceived or fooled by the thinking or thought. What you're thinking about is not true. See, because as long as the thinking or thought, there is a separation. There is a separation between this, the things or the others, and what you think about the self. The separation. Our truth is oneness. See, when you face this, you just become this. See, no separation at all. No separation at all. Then you just recognize this kind of separation just come up. This is not true. See? So these things we have to just realize. Hi. That this is Zazen. Hi. Yamao Sensei will be all right.
Yes,
Yes, no. Yes.
very, very well. I understood.
Let's continue constantly. Just sit. Just sitting. Just sitting. Okay.
Yes.
Then time comes. Then you will just come back to your Ananji.
Yes.
Anytime soon. And then yes, you'll be able to just come anytime. Okay.
Yes.
And just practice doesn't just practice with us. This is the most valuable thing. This most valuable things. Yeah. はい、ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
はい、
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。